What's up, YouTube? Brett Hoover from Rants here. So, alright, in this video, you're going to hear a lot of background noise. It is just my air conditioning on. It is incredibly hot, so unless you want sweat pouring down my face while I'm trying to speak while doing this video, you're just going to have to put up with this for at least this one video. Alright, so now that I got that out of the way, now I can get to the news of the situation. Alright, so when many Star Wars originalists, when they think of bounty hunter, they immediately go to Boba Fett. Now, me personally, I was never really that big of a fan of Boba Fett from the originals. Felt like he kind of got this cult following really for almost nothing. He wasn't glorious in any ways. I guess maybe by 1980s standards, maybe that was interesting. And, he had a jetpack. I guess that stands for something. But to me, by far, the most interesting bounty hunter really in the Star Wars universe is Cad Bane, who was introduced in season 2 of the Clone Wars. He's to steal holocrons from the Jedi Temple. He's gone against Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's gone against some incredibly powerful Jedi and lived to tell the tale. In fact, in a lot of different ways, he's not only lived, but he's won. One time he defeated Anakin Skywalker, and Ahsoka Tano had to save him. And Ahsoka Tano, even though for most of the Clone Wars we just knew her as this Padawan, she is incredibly powerful. We got to see that in Rebels. We got to see that in The Mandalorian Season 2. She is like Jedi Master level. So don't let that Padawan title, get in the way of how powerful she is. This is the same person that took on Darth Vader in basically, not necessarily in his prime, but when he was, still, he was in his suit, but he was still incredibly powerful. So, and she was able to hold her own in a lot of different ways. So, let's just go ahead and let's read on this news. He's supposed to be making, Cad Bane's supposed to be making his live-action debut in the Book of Boba Fett, which is basically going to be a Mandalorian, the Mandalorian spinoff series, which overall sounds really cool. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a huge Boba Fett fan, so I'm not like super psyched for this, like many other people are. I think it would really be cool to see a Boba Fett, Cad Bane standoff. That would be awesome in so many different ways to have it in live action. I just wonder what he'll look like in live action. Is it going to be CGI? How CGI-ish are they going to go with this character? That's my my question that I would go that sticks with me the most. Now, I don't know. I got this picture in my mind of just showing that brim of his hat in like this promo. I think that would just be, you want to get something to just make me my mind just go, pop. That would be it. That would get me super excited for the Book of Boba Fett. Definitely just that one image. That's all you need right there to get me excited. Let's go ahead and let's read about this rumor and see if there's any merit to it. It says this rumor comes from LRM Online, which doesn't have any other details about Bane's role in the Mandalorian spinoff. A Duros male bounty hunter, Bane is one of the most skilled guns for hire in the universe and is easy to recognize thanks to his trademark wide-brimmed hat. The character was introduced during Season 2 of the animated Clone Wars series, which had him stealing an ancient holocron from the Jedi Temple under the orders of Darth Sidious. Bane would go on to appear in more episodes of the show, loyal to no one but himself. That's kind of what I liked about him. It wasn't like he was just over the top eccentric in any form or fashion. He had his way about him. He had this rough sense about him. Almost this Clint Eastwood Western style self. That nothing scared him. Nothing got in his way of his job. Not his beliefs, not his morals, not anyone else's power. He didn't care if he was going against Darth Sidious himself. If you're standing in the way of his job, he is going to take you out or die trying. And he's going to do so with the most fearless of nature, which I think is just awesome in so many different ways about him. It goes on to state, before the Clone Wars was canceled and revived for a final season on Disney Plus, there were plans for a multi-episode story arc following Bane and Boba Fett on a mission to Tatooine. That would have been really cool to see. I would have loved to have seen that. I would love to see that Boba Fett Cad Bane standoff. That would be perfect. Just give me even if it's a 5-minute fight or less than that, just give me that and I would be excited about that. It goes on to state, Boba would have only managed to survive this encounter thanks to his helmet, in turn explaining where his mask got its mysterious dent. Ultimately, though, that didn't happen and Clone Wars ended without revealing what became of Cad Bane. We got to see him. I thought we got to see him in Rebels. Or am I wrong? No, we got to see him as the Bad Batch. We get to see him in which he has some really cool moments in the Bad Batch. But yeah, it says, instead he resurfaced during Season 1 of the Clone Wars follow-up series, The Bad Batch. There, Kamino's Prime Minister, Lama Su, hired him to retrieve Omega, a non-modified clone, and technically speaking, Boba's sister. However, in a twist, Bane was thwarted by Fennec, who Kaminoan scientist Nayla Say had secretly recruited to keep Omega from being captured and returned to Kamino. The Bad Batch also hinted that Bane and Boba Fett duel in Kanan, with Bane sporting a metal plate on his head that he didn't have during his final appearance on the Clone Wars. It says, as LRM Online noted, The Bad Batch Season 1 arguably set the stage for Bane to return in a future Star Wars series, maybe even a live-action one, given the character's shared history with Fennec, and potentially also Boba. An appearance on the Book of Boba Fett certainly isn't out of the realm of possibilities. I enjoyed, his little fight scene in the Bad Batch with Fennec was actually probably one of the more interesting and enjoyable scenes when it come to that series. I'm not a huge fan of it so far, the Bad Batch. I don't know. It kind of goes for me in this way. There's the Clone Wars. Then there's, if you're talking about series and animated and so forth, there's the Clone Wars. Then there's Rebels, and then there's the Bad Batch for me. I think this would be really cool. You can't tell me that the hype would not be just out of control with a Boba Fett Cad Bane duel. That would be fun to see. You can have a whole season just with those two. You could even create a show with those two fighting against each other for various different reasons. That would be that would just sell itself by far. That would just sell itself. I'm looking forward to seeing this. This actually gets me pumped up for the Book of Boba Fett. Something that I really wasn't that big on before. I enjoy The Mandalorian. I enjoy The Mandalorian for what it is. It's not Star Wars brilliance, but it feels Star Wars. That's something that the sequel trilogy did not feel like. This feels Star Warsy, I guess, in a way. And I feel like, if you have something, with the Book of Boba Fett, which of course is going to get a lot of originalists. Anyways, it's going to bring back a lot of the original fans. And then you include, the ones that grew up with Cad Bane, like me, in the Clone Wars. You're adding a double fan base. You're bringing back a lot of the fans to the sequel. The sequel trilogy completely had tune out. So I think this is going to be a really good move if they go this way. I'm super excited about this. I would have to say, if I was basing my money off of, which I know they probably wouldn't actually do, Cad Bane would probably beat Boba Fett. I really do actually believe that. I don't believe that Star Wars would ever allow that to happen. I just don't think they would. Not Boba Fett. You can mess with anybody but Boba Fett, I think, in the Star Wars universe. Look, they've already messed with Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. So, Leia, all of them. So, it's not like anyone is beyond Disney ruining in any way. But I don't think that they would do that for Boba Fett simply because, like I said, he's got this really occult following. So, I would see him winning any encounter that he had with Cad Bane, even though if it was a one-on-one situation, I would definitely put my money on Cad Bane. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Does this make you more excited for the Book of Boba Fett? Less excited? Do you even care? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. And y'all take care.